The AI race just hit another gear, and this time, it's not happening in some faraway server farm. It's right on your device, quietly embedded into your PC, embedded into your browser, and even your music studio. Microsoft just slipped an ultra-efficient language model into Windows itself, one that doesn't need the cloud and responds in milliseconds. At the same time, Google released a new AI that can jam live music in your browser with real-time prompts. Meanwhile, a tiny startup may have just reinvented web browsing using a local AI agent. And OpenAI? They're in hot water, again. A legal fight just shut down their hardware rollout with Johnny Ive. This week in AI? Fast, local, and full of surprises. Let's dive in. So let's start with what's quietly hiding inside the latest Windows devices. Microsoft just introduced a compact language model called MW, short for Micro Model for Windows, inside their new Copilot PCs, and it's stunning what they squeezed into just 330 million parameters. Unlike most language models, which process inputs in chunks, MW takes a smarter path. It breaks down your input once, holds that meaning in memory, and then builds a response from that memory, so there's no reprocessing lag. That, combined with Microsoft's specialized chip, the Neural Processing Unit, NPU, means lightning-fast responses. We're talking twice as fast for that first word, and nearly 5 times faster overall compared to similar on-device models. Try this. Ask your system to dim the keyboard backlight after 5 minutes. MW does it instantly. No cloud, no delay. Pure local processing. Now here's where it gets really clever. Microsoft built MW to share parts of its internal structure across tasks, and they've divided the workload so the chip can multitask efficiently. It can track long conversations without bloating memory usage, which is huge. And this model wasn't trained on a mess of random web data. Microsoft started with high-quality educational material, distilled key knowledge from larger models, and then fine-tuned MW using over 3.5 million examples of real Windows settings, from screen brightness to advanced privacy options. They even accounted for typos, casual phrasing, and inconsistent grammar, so MW understands what real people actually type. After all that tuning, the result is remarkable. It runs entirely on your chip, pumps out 200 police words per second, and on machines like the Surface Laptop 7, responses to complex prompts come in under half a second. And if you're asking something simple, like adjusting brightness on one of your dual monitors, it won't clumsily change both. It'll ask which one. That's the kind of nuance that makes this feel intelligent, not just reactive. Now, from silent assistants to full-blown musical collaborators, Google's Magenta team just dropped something wild. Magenta RT, short for Magenta Real-Time. This isn't just another music generator, it's a real-time, browser-based AI model that can jam with you live, follow your prompts mid-performance, and even switch instruments mid-bar without ever skipping a beat. Magenta RT is built on 800 million parameters, open-sourced under Apache 2.0, and lives freely on GitHub and Hugging Face. So what's the breakthrough? It can generate 2 seconds of 48 kHz stereo audio in about 1.25 seconds using a free-tier Colab TPU. That gives it a real-time factor of 0.625, meaning it's faster than real-time. You play. It responds. Live. And unlike batch processing models like OpenAI's Jukebox or diffusion-based tools like Refusion, Magenta RT is streaming first. It doesn't wait. It performs with you. Under the hood, Magenta RT slices audio into codec tokens and uses a rolling 10-second history plus user prompts to predict the next sound, just like how your brain anticipates where a melody's going. That prompt? It can be text, like lo-fi house groove with warm roads, or a short audio clip, like a 4-bar guitar riff you just recorded. All of this is made possible by Music Coco, a joint embedding system combining Mulan and Coco architectures. It allows seamless blending of verbal and musical instructions, so phrases and sounds merge into one fluent musical context. Training was done on 190,000 hours of instrumental stock music, run through a hierarchical neural codec, which keeps fidelity high while keeping tokens short. The transformer model inside is optimized for chunked streaming, using overlapping boundaries to eliminate audio artifacts like clicks. Add in XLA compilation and aggressive cache reuse, and you've got something incredibly stable. And here's the best part. It's self-hostable. No API, no rate limits, no cloud dependency. You can fine-tune and run it locally. Whether you're a DJ, game dev, or just an experimental creator, Magenta RT gives you real-time sonic control that's never been possible with AI music generation before. Let's pivot to the browser. Because a tiny startup called Simular might have just changed the way we interact with the web. Instead of relying on the cloud, Simular runs entirely on your Mac, using a fully sandboxed WebKit browser window. It quietly shadows your browsing activity, clicks, forms, scrolls, and helps with automation without ever uploading a thing. Think of it as a local Copilot, not a black box controller. The entire session stays on your device. Cookies, autofill, logins. Everything is stored locally, on your SSD. Here is an example of how Simular can handle the shopping for you.
My son wants to throw this big Easter party for his friends. And of course, that means a ton of stuff to buy. Honestly, I just don't have the energy to deal with a huge shopping list or hunting everything down on Amazon. So I'm gonna have Simular take care of it. For my kid's Easter party, can you help me create a shopping list? Can you also buy the items from Amazon? Yes, Simular, you can run my computer now. On the left here, Simular is building out a full Easter party list, super detailed. And over on the right, it's already searching for goodies. Easter candies, decorations, oh, a cute bunny. This one's a mix of everything. And just like that, it's ready for checkout. It just asked me to confirm everything. Let me pick the shipping and payment information real quick. Done! That was way easier than doing it all myself. Thanks, Simular.
And here's the kicker. You stay in control. If the agent makes a wrong move, misreads a CAPTCHA, or tries to autofill the wrong form, you just tap the trackpad and take over. No weird lag. No annoying pop-ups asking for handoff approval. Behind the scenes, Simular runs on an open-source modular stack called S2. A high-level planner sets the objective. A vision model reads live pixels to understand the layout's smaller sub-agents handle tasks like clicking, scrolling, typing. And a memory thread keeps track of your recent actions. This agent scored an impressive 90.05% success rate on the Web Voyager benchmark, even outperforming OpenAI and Anthropic on chaotic, ad-filled pages and mobile interfaces with infinite scroll. Users are already loving it. One had it complete a multi-store grocery run, ordering from Instacart, Amazon Fresh, and a local bakery, all in one session with real-time confirmations before checkout. Another used it to grab tracking numbers from 5 websites, track packages, and summarize it in Notion. Since it uses Safari keychain credentials, it seamlessly logs into your accounts without leaking a byte externally. And if your Wi-Fi drops on a train, it keeps working. This is the philosophical shift. AI agents that are autonomous, but still interruptible. Simular acts like a tireless assistant who always taps you for the signature, never goes rogue. Now let's close with a bit of drama. Remember OpenAI's splashy hardware deal with ex-Apple design legend Jony Ive? Back in January, they announced a $6.5 billion partnership to build ultra-minimal AI devices under a new hardware brand called I/O. There was a blog post, a slick 9-minute video, and some serious hype. Well, that all just got wiped. Why? A hearing aid startup called IYO sued over trademark conflict, and a judge issued a takedown order. OpenAI immediately pulled the blog post and the video from their site. The footage is still floating on YouTube, but officially, it's gone. OpenAI's spokesperson says the deal is still on, but branding is paused until the legal dust settles. In the video, Johnny Ive called it the culmination of his life's work. Altman held up a sleek prototype and said it was the coolest piece of tech the world will ever see. Details are still scarce, but insiders describe a small, screenless, desktop companion, something that lives beside your MacBook and iPhone and blends naturally into your workspace. Launch date? Probably not until next year. But this legal trip-up shows that even the most powerful players in tech aren't immune to real-world friction, especially when it comes to names, markets, and trademarks. So that's where we're at. Microsoft put a tiny, blazing fast AI inside Windows. Google made real-time AI music performance a reality. A small startup may have reinvented how we browse the web. And OpenAI just hit a wall, despite having a billion-dollar dream. If you're testing out any of these tools, drop your experience in the comments. What excites you the most? Where do you see the biggest shift coming? As always, thanks for watching. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.